And people were so scared. I need you to hear me very carefully. I'm just making a point and telling you some facts. That people were so afraid that they were willing to give up their rights so they could feel safe. Yes. So I know you shouldn't be able to tap my phone, but because I'm so scared, tap it anyway. I know you shouldn't be able to monitor my internet progress and what websites I look at, but when I have so much fear, Congress passes stuff without using logic and reasoning. And we are willing to go through and do anything, even give up our own rights so we will no longer be afraid. Some of us didn't even know this, that there are laws that have been passed that if you are suspected of being a terrorist, they can pick you up without a warrant, take you in a place for questioning, and not have to tell anybody where you are. That's passed. It's legal. And we passed it because we're so scared. And when we're afraid, listen to me carefully, we make emotional decisions that are not based on logic and reason. You go to the airport and you always see that we're at this high level alert and you can't get through security without them taking half your clothes off. Now I remember somebody was there sitting there complaining and they were sitting there searching and they said, man, I can't believe we have to go through all this. How are they messing with that woman? And the brother said, don't you want to feel safe? He said, I feel safe with a 90-year-old woman getting on the plane. That's right. But they were so fearful, are y'all listening to me? Yeah. That we are willing to not make our decisions based on logic and reason. I gotta let you know something about the last days. There will come a time, Revelation 14 and Revelation 13 and 12 tell us very clearly that this planet will get in worse shape before it gets better. And when there is such a crisis, there will be a call for us to come back to God. And they will say, how are we gonna get back to God? We have national prayer days. How about we have a day where everybody comes to church to be able to worship? And if you don't come and the calamity still goes, they'll say, well, who is the one who's not showing up? It's those folks. Although we have the First Amendment right to be able to have the freedom to worship, but because people are so afraid, they will pass a law that says go get them if they don't worship on the day we say. It's happening now. And it all starts with fear. Because when we are afraid, we do things that don't make sense. And so when you look at the children of Israel, y'all still with me so far? When we look at the children of Israel, I'm wrapping this thing up right now. I'm about to land this plane. But right now, when you look at the children of Israel, they go out and they see the children of Anak, and they become so scared that they don't use logic and reasoning that says if God took us through the Red Sea, He can take care of the children of Anak. If He had food coming down from heaven, then I know He can protect us from our enemies. But when you have fear, you don't think straight, and you don't trust in the promises of God. And that's why some of us don't pay our tithe, because when we write the check, we're afraid that when it goes out, how am I going to take care of my bills? Some of us will never go to a marriage counselor because we're afraid of the counselor telling us that we are the ones with the problem. Fear drives us to unbelief and a lack of faith. And that's why some of us are afraid to go to the next level in God. We're afraid to let go of some of these friends because we don't know what it's going to be like, but you've got to recognize that if God has taken care of you before, and if He has called you to this new place in Him, His biddings are His enablings. We've got to stop being afraid. Don't let the devil scare us. And that's why the Bible tells us very clearly, if you get that CD ready, please, that perfect love cast out all fear. They missed out on Canaan, y'all, because they were afraid. And if you don't believe that their reasoning was shot, simply because Caleb said we can take the land, the children of Israel in their fear picked up stones and got ready to kill the brothers because they weren't thinking straight. I want to say this as I close. When your family sees you in those moments of fear, how do they see you react? Does the devil know that he can just insert certain fearful things in our lives and then we just lose our mind? I had to ask myself the question, Michael, when the bills are overdue and you're scared, do your children rather see their father getting all worried and up in a tizzy and making illogical decisions, or do they see their father opening up the Bible and saying, I once was young, and now I'm old, but I've never seen the righteous forsaken, God begging for bread. I want to let you know we have nothing to be afraid of. When we got God, I remember I used to hate my closet. My closet had Freddy Krueger in it. Jason and the Terminator. All three of them at once. Every time I go to sleep, you know, my father, when I was staying with him for a little while, because we owned the video store and we had not yet known the Lord like we are. So, you know, everything was just there, just scared of that stuff. And then I would call him, Daddy! The Terminator's coming again. The Terminator was tough. But I like what my father would do. Some parents would come to me or come to you and say, it's not real. Don't worry about it, it's fake. Just go ahead and go to sleep. And I loved what my father would do. He would say, wait here. And he'd go in to the closet. And he'd shut the door behind me. I just knew that was it. Daddy's gone. I said, I could see him handling the Terminator. I could maybe see him handling Freddy Krueger, but Jason, Freddy, and the Terminator at the same time, no way. And there would be a rumble in the closet. And I would hear this, oh, there goes Daddy. And he would come out of the closet. What I liked is he didn't even look like he had been through a battle. And he'd come out of that thing and he'd say, son, you have nothing to worry about or be afraid of anymore. Hey, I said, Daddy, what do you mean? I said, did you kill him? He said, no, I didn't kill him. He said, they might come back again, but at least now you know that if they do come back, that I can handle them. And if they want to get to you, they first got to get to me. And so there'll be night after night where I call my father, and every time he'd go inside of that place but he would come right back out. And it got to the point where I was no longer scared because I knew that I had my daddy. Oh, y'all listen to me. Who was going to take care of me. And folks, you have absolutely nothing to be afraid of because before anything can mess with you, it first got to get to Jesus. And so when your fear of financial instability comes, you just call on Daddy Jesus. Watch him go into the closet and come out with all power and with all authority. You don't need to stand on Canaan's edge and be afraid because Jesus can handle your fears. And you can step out into the potential that God has for you.